Hi, welcome to another episode of the Leaders Live Roundtable show. Today is an entirely different show. I'm going to be the only one at the table today. I'm going to be making some announcements and whatever else flows. Is my microphone working? Test, test, test. Seem to be having some tech issues if there's anybody on. Let's see here. Is my microphone working? Check 1, 2. Test, test, test. I hope it's working. Here is the video. Stay tuned. If you're on here, please let me know if the audio is working. Okay, and we're back. Thank you, Vicki, for letting me know the microphone works. That's helpful because I'm going to be the only one at the table today, and so it's kind of important that I get that feedback. So thank you. There's a couple reasons why the show is going to be different today. One is Flow Network is making some changes. We are, evolving with times, and one of these changes is that we're moving the show to Fridays at 3:33. And we're also decided to just take a couple of weeks break while Tim and Sharon are actually moving. The Flow Country Studios is moving, so they're making that transition. I'm making some transitions myself. I've got my Yoga Flow show out, and so I just wanted to talk about some future topics. And I also just wanted to kind of regroup and speak about why we are doing these Leader Live table and the vision of this Leaders Live. And please, as always, feel free to interact. We love your engagement. And if you watch the replay, we always go back and we watch your comments because we really value the engagement and the interaction with our community. So here we have some upcoming topics. Whoops, we lost it. There it is. Some upcoming topics. So the idea of the show, if you've never watched this before, is we bring a bunch of leaders, way showers, bridgers, artists to the table. We've talked about through the whole foundation of Flow Network. We've really been a part of redefining what leadership is about, first and foremost. And I mean, everything is changing in the world right now. And pretty much every word I feel is important to be up for discussion and to really dive deep into like, what is the meaning of that word? Is it still serving us? What is the perspective of, very diverse groups of people? Typically, the show has been diverse in its generation. It's been an intergenerational show, which has been really powerful to just hear from all of the generations. We have all very different perspectives, and we hope to bring more diversity to the table as we move forward as well. And so for us, leadership really is, redefining leadership is that we are all leaders. We are all leaders of our own life. And in the old world, and in a little bit, I'm going to bring up, actually, maybe I'll bring up the graphic right now. And let's see if I can make it a little bit bigger. Oops, we lost it. Let's add it again. There. So I'd rather have this be bigger here. And so the old world, we're going to talk on the left side of this jump point and evolution line, level 1, 2, 3. And this jump point of evolution, we're moving into level 4, 5. And okay, let's just first set the context. Life is not linear, but in order to try to communicate concepts, we're using this linear model here. And, to communicate concepts that go beyond human language, we have to use something. And again, this is for me the importance of talking about words, because as we discussed last week, the word truth, we went all over the place with truth to, one person saying truth should just be removed from the dictionary, and, all the way to the other extreme where, no, there is one truth. And this for me is the power of discussing words and the meanings of words as we are in unprecedented times. We've never been here before. We've never been in a time where the whole world is transforming and making this jump point or not. And we have like wake up, show up, light up are 3 words we've been using on Flow Network. We consider Flow Network to be a bridge to this new world, this new world that is yet to be defined, and we are defining it. As all of us are leaders of our own reality, we are consciously saying, okay, this is what I want our future to look like, and then participating in that. And one of the topics that we will also be discussing is this idea of interdependence, which you can see on the bottom right side of the model here. And there's not a lot of examples of interdependent communities. We have come from a very codependent, programmed community. Most of our important structures in our world, like our education system, our governmental systems, and our economy has been completely based on codependency. And so we are unraveling, the ways we've given our power away in these codependent relationships, and understanding who it is that we are at deeper levels, so that we can then be more conscious leaders in interdependent ways and understand that, we really do need one another. For me, this jump point of evolution, community is key. It's essential in these times. And, so we have the wake up is like you're kind of waking up to the world not really working the way that it used to. Perhaps you've been pushed into being a victim of circumstance. We're all sort of victims of circumstance given with what's going on in the world. And then it's just about changing our perspective and our consciousness to understand that we have a lot of power inside of us, more than we've ever been educated about or talked about. And we want to explore this as an interdependent community. So going back to the Leaders Live and why this table exists is to understand, demonstrate, figure it out as we go, what interdependence really looks like. And a theme that I'm seeing a lot right now is very independent people, and this from, let's go back to the model. Independent is something that we have when we're unraveling from our codependent ways of being. We have to kind of go independent and just figure out who we are for a second. And then we have to understand that we can't do it alone, and we need other people, and we need to find our people. We need to find our people. We need to find spaces where we feel supported and are transforming individually and then collectively as a world, as we create this new world. So, this whole journey of independent to interdependent, I've seen in my own self where I've struggled to ask for help. And I'm seeing that as a theme in my community. Very independent, strong people are now having to be vulnerable and are learning and understanding the importance of asking for help. And so I see that as a very common theme right now. So if you're watching this now or in the replay, I'd love to hear from you. What themes are you seeing in your communities? And, does there anything that jumps out for you besides this fish jumping and trying to jump over in the jump point of evolution there? What other themes are you seeing? Is there anything that's jumping out for you in this model? We want to take from our community or receive from our community other themes or other words that you would like for us to explore here on the Leaders Live Roundtable. So we've actually sat down the Flow team and taken a lot of words that we feel are important to sort of digest and get lots of perspectives about, and here are some of them. But please add in the comments whatever word you would love for us to discuss. Yes, Vicky is saying definitely find your people. Thanks for being here, Vicky. It would be pretty boring if it was just me here right now. So thank you for being here, and thank you for watching the replay. As I said, the vision for this is bringing community together and learning together about interdependence and finding our people. Vicky, you have the word support. Yes, I love that. and using models or other resources that we can triangulate on and learn from one another. When we share our story, when we share our vision, our perspective, we can actually expand our consciousness by opening our mind and learning about different perspectives, and being invited to be aware about our perspective and where we might need to change things and let things go. And that is the whole point here at Flow Network, to scale consciousness. And scaling consciousness, we've got lots of videos on our platform about what that's about. And it's scaling consciousness. David Hawking's scale of consciousness is, we all want to be up in the higher frequency emotions of love and gratitude and joy and peace. And the mechanics to do that is to really let go of the lower density of fear and shame and guilt. And yet there is so much fear on the planet right now, in our mainstream media and just in every media. And so how do we evolve to these higher frequency emotions when there hasn't been a time where there's been more fear in our faces all of the time, and more chaos and uncertainty and all of these kinds of things? So how do we stay grounded, centered, feeling supported in these times? So we look to bring really powerful leaders to this table who are doing really great work in their community, and who know they're here for a reason. They're here to change and create this new world for our future generations, where we can have a beautiful vision and something hopeful for the future. And we know and have seen and been working with a lot of brilliant people in our community who are doing just that. And to be able to broadcast the amazing and inspiring beings on this planet is my great honor, and a vision of mine that is coming true. And it allows me to fulfill my purpose and my reason for being here. So that is a little bit about the vision and why this Leaders Live exists. We're moving it to Friday at 3:33. Our hope is then that you have your weekends to be with your family and be in your offline world. And we hope that time works for you. Again, we are flowing here. Things are emerging. We have some other changes that will be happening, and we'll announce them throughout the weeks. The other thing that I wanted to mention, as we have more people reaching out to us, thank you, Vicki. I'm so glad that you connect to the vision, and I do believe that many of us connect to this vision. And this isn't my vision, as we say, this is our vision, I feel, and we're just all finding our nodes on this network. And we all have a beautiful gift and reason for being here just by being ourselves. And it's just really recognizing that we are enough, and that our life experience has put us exactly in the right position with the exact amount of past experiences to be able to bring gifts to others who are making this jump point. And this model is so powerful, and this is a creation with Tim and Sharon and I. Last summer, we spent a lot of time working on this, as well as an assessment, the 5 levels of flow. And actually, let me see if I can bring it up. Let me see if I can bring that up for everybody. Yes, I can. So we have this free assessment. I'll put the links in the comments, where you can there's 5 questions for this free assessment. And then we have a little bigger one that's 22 questions, I think. And you can just see where you are today on this level of flow. Okay, how do I get back? Did you see the screen? Hopefully it said that it was sharing it. Hopefully, you could see it. Okay, perfect. So I'll share it in the comments. And the idea, again, to say is that this is a non-linear journey. This jump point of evolution, we're kind of like, oh my gosh, we're multidimensional, we're non-linear. We've been so conditioned in the old world to be very linear and head-based. And in this jump point, we're moving into the heart more, which is non-linear and multidimensional. It's very powerful, and yet it's very disorienting. So we can be, at any one of these levels at different times of the week, the month, depending on what's going on in the world and what's going on in our lives. So it's just helpful to kind of reorient yourself and say, okay, this is where I am right now. And this is a simple shift that I can do to, either let go or expand my consciousness. So wake up, you're waking up to a new aspect of yourself, showing up. We're saying, yes, I want to make this jump point. I want to take the flow response versus the fear response. I'm going to accept and allow. And then when we light up, we can light up who we are and inspire others to light up as well. And the other thing I want to share for you is the hero's journey. So if you're just waking up and things are very disorienting and chaotic in your life, and you're not sure if you want to keep going on or how to keep going on, we created this product. Let me bring it up for you. I have had a lot of people reaching out to me about being in this space in their life. And I was here about a year ago. Share screen. Hold on one second. Let me bring it up. Here it is. Okay. The hero's journey. This is something that Tim, Sharon, and I have poured our heart into. And it's a multi-chapter module program called the hero's journey. And we have the first one is free, and it's called the free 3 travel essentials. You just need to give us your email and then we'll send it to you. And as I mentioned, last year, I was going through this myself. I broke my ankle and just had a lot of other things going on. You can read my blog on my website if you like. But the 3 of us sat down, and Sharon is an educator and created a brilliant program. And for anybody who's going on, we believe this is a hero's journey. This life that we're living is a hero's journey. And as the hero of our own journey and the leader of our own journey, our path is going to look very different. And as I said, we need community because we can get lost in that path, in that dark forest. We can sometimes forget our way and lose our way when the world, again, has so much fear going on, and we're so empathic beings. We can just get triggered so easily and just get set back all the way back to level 1. Even if we were feeling like we're in level 5 one day, something triggers us and we're all the way back to level 1. So having people around you who can just kind of remind you and reorient you is going to be so essential as we move forward into this new world. So we really do encourage you, if you or anybody you feel would benefit from that Hero's Journey free module, check it out. Really recommend it. And then the other thing is that we have the Yoga Flow with Sara show on Tuesdays at 9. And to continue on with this whole, we are all being triggered right now with fear and different things. Yoga and having some sort of breath and embodiment practice is so key to be able to stay centered, to stay grounded, and to be able to support others in this time. If we're not supporting ourselves, we sure cannot support anybody else. So the yoga show is something so important to me. I've been a yoga teacher for many years, since my diploma is there, since 2009. And yoga is essential for me, and I love to meet other people on the mat and breathe together. And so we invite you to that. Vicky, yes, thank you for joining me on the yoga. And the plan as well is, and again, this is all flow, is that the yoga, I always have a theme for my yoga practice, will be related to the Leaders Live theme of the week. Because sometimes when we talk about things can get triggered in our bodies. So again, having some sort of embodiment practice to be able to release these triggers that we literally store and hold in our physical bodies is how we scale consciousness, basically. I'm glad you're enjoying the yoga show, Vicky. Thank you so much. All right, so I wanted to keep this short. I could probably talk for hours about this model. And there are other videos of me talking to that model as well as some of the other models that we've created here over at Flow Network. So I invite you to check them out on either our Facebook page, which is at Flow Network 99, or our YouTube. We got Instagram going on. We're trying to keep up with all the places. Thank you so much for being here. And if you would like to be on this table, send us a DM. We are going to be sending out, we have other packages that we're going to be creating for people who want to be participants on the show regularly and also have behind the scenes masterminds with the Flow team. We're going to be announcing that in the coming weeks as well. So thank you so much. I hope you have a beautiful Sunday. This is our last Leaders Live Sunday. We will be seeing you in a couple weeks on Fridays at 3:33. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you on the yoga show on Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Flower and out. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. If you're looking for a conscious community, we invite you to Flow Network 99. Wake up, show up, light up, and let's flow, baby.